So you're headed out to the desert too. That works. I got some timber to sell there in Sentinel. I sure as Oblivion better make more off this trip than the price of your fare.
Hey there. You the one Queen Maria bought passage for to Sentinel? All right. I'm just glad you didn't bring along a chest full of luggage. We got to row out to the posset in this little dinghy here. Real glamorous, eh? As long as you don't mind rowing. Captain Mark already let me do all the rowing on the way in. Such a gentleman. Yeah, I wouldn't expect any rowing from him. We're ready whenever you are. Just say the word and we'll push off. Well, the captain's convinced we still haven't shaken that string of bad luck that started back in Stormhaven. That's a load of dung, though. We got a new crew and a new ship, the Dawn Posset. What more does he want? Beats the oblivion out of me. I don't know. He came into a pretty good-sized pile of coin not long after we saw you in Wayrest. Bought all kinds of cargo with it. Legitimate cargo. Things he's hoping to sell at other ports. We haven't sold anything yet, though. Then let's get the Oblivion out of here. Come on, Captain. It's your turn to row. All right, you lovers. Time to cast off.
Someone needs to deal with whatever's happened on these docks, and you're the one I trust to do it. Get out there. We'll be fine. I'll have bandages ready in case anyone is wounded.
Worry not for us, my friend. This ship will not fall while we guard it.
Well, we're here all right, but I'm not sure I'm going to be getting off the boat. In fact, I say we just put right back out to sea. Oh, you bet your arse there is. Queen Maria's messenger said she had heard rumors, and I guess they were true. Or something. Go talk to Captain Mark. He actually walked a little ways down the dock. Better he tells you about it himself.
Zombies. Hordes of the damned things.
I have the ship's security well in hand. You'd do best to deal with the dead on these docks.
Of all the ports in Tamriel, why this one? I sailed all the way across the Iliac Bay, and I need a glass of grog. I've shared a drink with some unsavory characters, but I draw the line at zombies. I think I'll stay off the docks for now. You can't smell their soggy, rotting flesh? Just walk down the causeway there. You'll see them. A damned army of them. Question is, why aren't the Sentinel guards doing anything? Nah, I've seen a few of the bootless louts skulking around, behind crates and such. Someone needs to go grab one of the guards and ask what in Oblivion's going on here. You up for it? There you go. Give the guards a kick and tell them to get to work. I've got cargo to unload. If the guards can't help us, look for the dockmaster. Maybe he's got half a brain. Unless the zombies have eaten it, of course. How do you think I make a living? I buy there, sell here. It's what I do. All legitimate, of course. Picked up a load of timber in Wayrest. You'll sell for a pile of coin here. It better. Of course, lost the ship at the Koglin Lighthouse, and the crew moved on. I'm lucky Elvira stuck around. We bought the Dawn Posset in Wayrest and took on a new crew. Good people. We're due for a streak of luck after this. As if this day hadn't gone to oblivion already. You feel the need to remind me of all my debt? Yes, I still owe Sarashi. The Dawn Posset is a quality ship. It'll take time to pay her off.
I have the ship security well.
No dead man is taking our boat. No dead man is getting near Lambour either. You deal with those docks. We'll deal with things here.
I'll protect the ship and Captain Mark. None of these dead men are getting past me. Get out there and deal with it. Do what you do best.
It's like Betnik all over again, isn't it? Like Karzog's demise. At least this time they aren't eating our souls.
Waka's breath. Too many. I can't take it.
You might want to get back on your boat, seafarer. The dead are crawling from the sea and they have overtaken the docks. There is nothing to be done. We just have to pray to Tuwaka that they wander away. Zombies? Oh, such a crude term. These Ranetu are the remains of sailors who shipwrecked off the coast. We respect our dead here in the Alik'r desert. Even those who died at sea are honored ancestors. We do not fight them. We would be cursed. No. You are an outsider. These are not your ancestors. And as such, there is no dishonor in striking them down. No curse. Oh, but the fact that the dead have risen at all... it is terrible. We have strict laws. This should not happen here. I do not know. And I fear we have only made the situation worse. We thought we could contain them. We built barricades and tried to herd them away, but it was to no avail. Now I fear we are in even greater danger. My fellow guards will not strike the Ranetu either. Jesmin, Pirjin, and Emidal. I fear for their lives. Please find them and send them away. Then meet at the warehouse. The Dockmaster hides there, and he may know the cause of all this.
Please, no! Go away! They're going to find me! I don't want to die! No, none of us are. The Ranetu are going to kill us all. It is not fair. I am too young to die. I just want to run away.
we find something interesting. Never have enough of that.
More was mercy. What have I done? I was just trying to defend myself, and now I have committed the greatest dishonor and brought a curse down upon my family. This Ronettu caught me. He was trying to bite me, to eat me. I tried to fend him off, but he jerked, and his head ran against my blade. It wasn't my fault. What am I going to do now? But what about stopping this Ronettu from getting into the city? What about the other guards? I cannot simply abandon them, can I?
Great Ruptka, if this be not your will, send me a sign. Wait. Who are you? What are you doing here? Blood and honor. I have always had faith, but never have I... You are here to fight the Ronettu? Praise Ruptka. I was prepared to dishonor myself, but he sent you. I will go then. Gods be with you, my friend. Is the way clear? Finally, someone who's not afraid to do the dirty work. Someone to clean up my docks. I watched you from the window until I heard those necromancers downstairs. But I thought Mujad was coming here too. Did you see him? Damn. The poor bastard. I told the guards that they were going to have to fight back. It is one thing to be superstitious. But when the Ronettu are attacking the city, it's time to put the superstitions aside. No, we're not all so hung up on our beliefs. Can't ignore the tradition, though. Not unless we want fruit thrown at us, or worse. Regardless, right now, I'm just glad Taba's winds guided you here. Someone to get the Ronettu off the damn docks. I do. I overheard the necromancers. Their leader is calling the dead from the sea with some kind of dark ritual. If you can disrupt the ritual, the dead should... well... they should drop dead, or at least stop crawling out of the water. That I do not know. I heard them mention the warehouse at the west end of the docks. Maybe the ritual is there. Wherever it is, you have to stop it. Then tell Captain Saphira. Tava be with you.
die, and then rise again to serve me!
Do you have a moment? It's worth your time. You there! There's gold for you if you'll lend me your time. I am a scholar of some import. Import. That is to say, I've traveled quite far. From Cyrodiil, just to study this forgotten shore. I sorely need an assistant. Azai at Oanok? He's my guide to Alik'r. He shows me the best routes and helps me make camp. But he doesn't know much about the great history of this land. I need someone to look around the ruins for an ancient sword. Legend says it only appears to a chosen few. I've had to ask strangers to walk through the ruins to look for it. Untrained eyes. I'm that desperate. Azai at Oanok might tell you where to look, if you're willing. I appreciate the assistance from common folk such as yourself. This sword is a significant specimen of lore, direct evidence of a legendary event in ancient Redguard history. There are books about this, but as you may be illiterate, I'll enlighten you. I suspect this is the site where sword singer Navid slew Ilkub, his ally, over the love of the fair Saide. The blade of a sword singer is a physical link between ancient Yokuda and Alik'r. Navid used this particular sword to slay his rival and then himself. As a piece of history, it belongs in a proper Imperial museum. The sword singers were so disciplined they could create a spirit sword. A sword made from their very thoughts. Not many could attain such strength of mind. Navid's sword is rare, as it apparently persisted after his death. The blade of a sword singer is a physical link between ancient Yuk. That's not important to my research. With sword singer Navid and his rival dead, I expect someone else went on to have a dozen children with fair Saide. Isn't that how these stories go? The important thing is the sword. No one's seen the sword or had any luck amongst these ruins. A pity, really. I had such high hopes for some of them.
I'm glad that the Imperial has found someone else to talk to. His haughtiness is suffocating. The sword in question is a wondrous object, and Herminius Sophis believes it will appear to those who have a connection with death or whatever lies beyond. The great scholar from Cyrodiil doesn't know. Imagine that. The magnificent scholar believes that the sword is too damaged to be used anymore, if it even exists at all. He wants to preserve it in a safe warehouse in Cyrodiil, where all the other artifacts have been taken, I imagine. If not me, another would surely stand here. My advice to you is simply to look along the shore. Others searched inland and were disappointed. Yes, indeed it does. It is a story of jealousy and betrayal. Have you not heard the Ballad of Navid? In the early days of the Regatta, a powerful Ansei named Yagub led a vanguard of 13 great warriors, sword singers all. In those days, Redguard bonds of fellowship were even stronger than they are now. These men were as brothers. One of the warriors, Navid, was strong but covetous. His dearest companion, Ilkub, had met a woman named Saida, whose beauty was legendary. Hair like polished obsidian and eyes like darkest sapphires. Navid's jealousy grew and grew. Yes, just so. While Ilkub stood on the beach stringing his legendary bow, Navid crept up behind and thrust his sword deep into Ilkub's back. Before Ilkub died, it is said that he looked on Navid with such sadness that Navid's heart broke in two. Racked with guilt, Navid fled to his tent, took up his grandest blade, and killed himself. When Saida heard of what happened, she threw herself into the water from the highest cliff. She was not seen again. I'm glad that the Imperial is found. The sword in question is a wondrous. A great scholar from... He wants to preserve it in a... If not me. Beware, they covet this blade, and shall come for it. You must leave this place. The sword is cursed. You seek the sword, is it not so? I must tell you, you are not the first to discover it. Others tried to take it, and paid a heavy toll. Take up the blade, and you will see. The sword-cursed are here among us already, circling like half-starved jackals. Can you not sense their jealousy? Their spite? The air is thick with it. The curse was forged in blood and envy. I murdered my dearest friend in a jealous rage, and the blade bears that taint still. The sword-cursed cannot bear the thought of losing the blade. If you touch it, they will come for you. Yes, and they will not stop so long as you carry it. Once you fall, and fall you will be consumed by the same jealous desire that drives them. They are long dead, and thus cannot be killed, though they will sleep for a time. But the blade calls out to them, always. When they wake, they shall seek it out again, and the one who keeps it. You have been warned. It is Azai. I must speak with you. Did you recover the sword? We must speak before you go further with it. I did not expect you would find it. Only those who are different are capable of such a feat. What do you intend to do with it? Only those with the keenest senses can even see it. And only one without a soul should be able to take it from its resting place. I do not know how you lifted it unless your soul... No matter. What is your intention? A deception. I watch Herminius' office so he does not plunder Alik'r. I know more than his books have explained. No. It is a deep, ancient curse. There is darkness in that blade that even the divines would struggle to banish. Sword Singer Navid's spirit seeks to distance himself from the blade, but he is the source of its evil. He cannot keep shedding the burden to others. That is for the best. Leave it at the Lion's Tomb on the shore. Then talk to Herminius' office before you leave. Perhaps he will abandon his foolish search. I warned you, but still you took the sword. And now you bring it to my tomb? Are you deranged? The sword curse will return soon. Take the sword away, quickly. I cannot. Do I not suffer enough? It has been centuries since I committed that heinous crime, and the shame is no less potent. That sword is a reminder I cannot bear. Take it away. I may still find some small measure of peace. No! I cannot! I will not! This is all Ilku's fault. His and Saida's. I will... No. Your words are true. Leave the sword with me. Some things are best left undisturbed.
Any luck finding the sword yet? So few people will work as hard as I do at these things. I'm not surprised that you didn't find anything. It takes keen eyes and an educated mind to fully identify significant artifacts. I may just abandon this site and go deeper in the desert anyway. I heard there were burial sites.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
the raw net you have returned to the sea. The docks will soon smell of dead fish again, instead of dead people. And you, ride off the boat, and you slay the necromancer? Surely Tuwaka sent you to deliver us from this difficult situation. I am too. It has been many years since the plague of necromancy visited our shores. Though I am relieved the docks are clear, the events of this day are extremely disturbing. I wonder if you know how completely we are in your debt. Alik'r warriors fear no evil, but they will not fight the undead. It may be a superstition, but it has been tradition for centuries. I could not have convinced my guards to break it today. I'm afraid not. There was just no easy solution. Perhaps to call everyone inside the castle and lock the doors? King Faharajad would not have liked that. Of course, the king will be extremely disturbed to hear what has befallen her regardless. I did not want to send word to the king until I was certain necromancy was involved. Now, though, he should be informed right away. I must stay here and oversee the cleanup. You are the one who turned the tide here. Will you inform the king as well? Thank you, Seafarer. It is better if I remain here to supervise as best I can, but I know the king would want to be informed of what has befallen us as soon as possible. The dead are sacred. It is what the people of Alik'r have always believed and always will. Just as we respect our elders, so do we respect our ancestors. It would be dishonorable to strike them, and might even cause one to be cursed. These dark arts are not practiced by our people, but yes, we have experienced the plague of necromancy in the past. Fighting these plagues has always required great sacrifice. Those who have fought the dead have been dishonored, cast out. Most people here deem them to be sacred law, not superstition. Even King Faharajad must respect our customs. If he were to ask his people to disrespect their ancestors, his rule would swiftly come to an end.
Don't even think about it. If you try to pick me up and give me a kiss, I'll bite your nose off. Ha ha! I may look like a monkey, but I'm not a monkey, and I'm done being treated this way. I'm an orc. Don't laugh. It's true. I just got cheated by this damn Bandari potion maker. She sold me a potion that turned me into this. You need little monkey. Of course not. Listen, you have to help me. You have to find that wench and make her change me back. It was the Khajiit potion maker, Nishi. She's in the tavern. Please, you have to.
You were the one who saved Cam Tamriel and killed Rizal-Jul? I hope you made him suffer.
How do these Red Guards stay cool while wearing so much fabric?
What is your dream? You want to be stronger, smarter, faster? For the right price, Unishi will make your dreams come true. Not again. Tell me he doesn't want a refund. Why do so many ask, and then when Unishi gives, they change their minds? In a manner of speaking, yes. He complained about feeling like an outcast here in Sentinel. He wanted to be faster and nimbler and to feel like he fit in. What does that sound like? It sounds like a monkey to Unishi. This is not fair. Ingredients cost money. Unishi cannot afford to give away free potions. How about this? You want to help the monkey? You help Unishi, and she will do what you ask. Unishi has just finished preparing 2 potions for other buyers in town. Deliver them, and we have a deal. One goes to a woman named Daria, and the other to a man named Urwad. This one will mark their houses on your map. Make it easy for you.
She ran from the dresses, she ran from the palm. She could not right stomach more high elven wrong. Our future.
Where is she? I bet that damned cat swindled me. I should have trusted my mother. Magic is no good. It's about time. Hand it over. She promised me my hair would grow back, that I would have hundreds of children. This better work. Don't tell me what to do, peon. You're just jealous. I already paid Unishi for it. Now hand it over.
She aimed for the Isles to put a crown
I don't feel so good.
What is this rat doing in here? Get
No!
out, you
Stop!
damn thing.
How dare you!
You're not getting away that easily.
I ran, you are a great queen. We toast
What must I suffer?
You're the one with the delivery for Daria? She's right back there. Tell her no more excuses. I am ready to eat my biscuits.
What is it? My husband has just returned home from the tavern. He is very hungry. If I don't prepare his dinner quickly, well, I simply do not have time to chat right now. Oh, praise Zet. I've waited so long. I asked Unishi to make me a potion that will make my husband kind and loyal. I hope it works. Oh yes, Unishi told me exactly what to expect, and I think it's going to be wonderful.
Where is my meal, woman?
Coming right away, dear. I hope this works.
It's about time. This better be good. This tastes different than usual. What? What have you done to me? You witch!
Quiet down, Farhad, and sit. There. Good dog. From now on, if you want a biscuit, we are going to have some new rules.
I have a feeling I'm not going to like this.
Isn't he cute? We're going to be closer than ever now. Ur-mage is pleased to see you again. You have made the deliveries to this one's clients, yes? Ur-mage gives people what they want and nothing more. You have done the same for me. So here, take these to that silly monkey. It will return him to the miserable existence he had before.
Oh, am I ever glad to see you again. Do you have a banana? I mean, do you have a potion to change me back? Malak's nethers! It sure will feel good to be myself again. Last time I ever do business with a Bandari. Free! Meet me at the tavern. I'll buy you a drink. There you are! Say, about that drink. I'm afraid I spent my last gold on this one. Maybe next time.
Ur-mage's business in Sentinel is done. Time for this one to move on, she thinks.
Cheers!
You have the king's gratitude, Wayfarer. News of your exploits has reached the throne. While we cannot publicly condone violence against our honored dead, the fact remains that you have made the city safe, at least for the moment.
I meant no disrespect, Your Majesty.
Of a certainty, King Faharajat, blessings of Ruptka be upon him, is king of Hammerfell and rules over the Alik'r and many points beyond. This is his center of power, and the forebears. Indeed, our realm is diverse. The forebears are progressives who firmly support the Covenant. Their counterparts are the Crowns, traditionalists who cling to the ways of Lost Yokuda and reject the practices of Tamriel. Do not concern yourself. The king's rulership over these lands and its people is firm as stone, among crown and forebear alike. King Faharajad, may Tava grant him eternal life, has made great contributions to the war effort. We Redguards are unparalleled in swordsmanship and grand strategy. Many of our most talented officers have already taken command of battalions overseas.
If you have come to speak with the king, the gods smile upon you, for he is holding court. Do not presume to waste his time, though. He has urgent matters to deal with, and has no time for trifles.
Welcome to Sentinel, Wayfarer. If you've come about the docks, rest assured I already know. I regret that you visit during such times. But perhaps your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps the gods guided you here to help us fight the Withered Hand. Necromancers, practitioners of the most vile magic, and the bane of the Alik'r desert. It has been many years since we faced such a threat. I hope the rumors about this group, the Withered Hand, were untrue. But today's events prove otherwise. Several years ago, a diabolical necromancer named Satura led an army of undead against me. Satura was defeated, but the rumors suggest his sons have returned for revenge. They are calling themselves the Withered Hand. Undoubtedly, but I suspect the attack at the docks was merely a feint. I fear the Withered Hand is planning something far worse. That is the challenge I now face. The people of the Alik'r desert, even those in Sentinel, are superstitious. They believe that striking the dead carries a terrible curse. For them, it is an act of dishonor. That is why I need you, Wayfarer. Then your visit is fortuitous indeed. My own son, Prince Azar, has been investigating the rumors about the Withered Hand. He is a bright young man, but he needs help. First, though, I would ask you to inform General Thoda of what has befallen. Yes, that is likely. General Thoda is my chief military advisor. He is also a practical man who places security above superstition. He is resting at his home after returning from Alik'r, but I need his counsel on how to proceed. General Thoda is a trusted advisor and a good friend. He has heard the rumors about the Withered Hand, and he can help us. Tell no one else, though. People remember Satura, and hearing his sons have returned could cause a panic. Yes, the greatest threat the Alik'r faced from the undead was in the First Era, when the Yokudan rulers were still establishing a foothold here. That was when the Ansei wards were created. They are our greatest hope, for no matter how great a threat the Withered Hand may pose, they cannot even compare to the necromancers of the First Era. The wards contain the spirits of 3 Ansei heroes who sacrificed themselves to protect us. They uphold the covenant with the Divines. As long as we consecrate the dead in the name of Tu'whacca, they cannot be raised by even the most powerful necromancy. Thus, the Withered Hand can only raise corpses that have not been consecrated. It is not an ancient Yokudan custom, but a tradition that developed in the desert. Human remains decay slowly here, and our people came to believe their ancestors' corpses were sacred. To harm one would draw the ancestors' curse. Of course, you see, The culture of the Alik'r evolved around this ideal. Many of us today realize that exceptions must be made. But in my position, to ask my soldiers to strike down the dead would cause an outcry, and possibly lead to rebellion. It's quite a tale, and I cannot do it justice now. But the battle against ur was the most difficult of my life, both in military and political terms. It was the Ashaba who saved us. They had the thankless task of fighting the undead. The Ashaba. Where do I begin? They walk among us, but only in shadows. People believe they are cursed. They are dishonored warriors, bound by the sacred oath of their forefathers. They must fight the dead when called upon to do so. I have not called on them. I've even disregarded their warnings. You must understand. The common people despise them. To call on them again might cost me the crown. That is why I must rely on you, Wayfarer.